Okay, it looks like we're live. So welcome back. Today I'm going to be continuing to work on Kano Shell. Okay, so I'm going to be working on some of these built-in commands, some more of them. So one or two of those, and I'll probably implement get opt from, I won't implement it actually, but I will import it basically from, let me see if I can find it, hang on, from Kano utils, right? Kano utils. So right here, I actually implemented this get opt, or at least most of it. I don't remember exactly how much. Hi Stam, how you doing? What is up? Let's see where it's in here. Yeah, so I'll probably add this so I can read flags and such. Actually, I don't know if it will work with the way it is structured. Well, it should, because it's basically set up in the same way. Yeah, so that should actually work. So, should be a W. But yes, first, I will not be adding anything to the REPL.c because I'm actually working on the main branch where readline is implemented, but we're not, it doesn't have the termios, right? The stuff, basically re-implementing readline. Maze towards the middle, please. Oh, yes, I will indeed. Will indeed. I will start it up right now. Rust, okay. I mean, I should probably start compiling it now, just so it's ready before the end of the stream. Yeah. So basically, it's using readline, so we have all of the readline stuff. There's history, things like that. Sigma is working on that stuff. I mean, usually over the weekend, because of course he's busy during the weekdays. Right, and I may work on some. I'm not sure exactly where we're at yet. I need to take a look at that. Let me just make sure I have the newest version actually. Oh, I think I do. Yes. Okay. So what I'd like to do now is I want print working directory. That should be fairly easy. There is some flags which I will need to look into. So logical, right? So like symlink stuff, avoid all symlink. So I don't know how exactly that works, but we can figure that out. And the version and help don't apply here, right? So print working directory, and then perhaps also what's another one that's like maybe time. Time could be interesting. Right. It does have that, so I'll need to test that out. But like you can time commands, right? So that shouldn't be too difficult. Cargo one dash dash release dash dash features. Okay. I yes. Hopefully there's not too many chats. You might have to send that again. Right. Just in case. But yeah. I will do that. I will do that. Let me implement. Maybe I'll implement like print working directory and then get onto that. I closed out of it for some reason. Okay, so after the echo, right, this history command, don't worry about that. We'll get to that. So compare arg0, and we'll just check for print working directory equals 0. But not yet. Keep the entry. True, true. That is right. Okay. So what do we have to do in this case? So print working directory. So I think we have print current working directory. Or get current working directory. Right. And then we can just print it, right? So we get that, which I think we actually use it in here, don't we? We use it in this one. Maybe we don't anymore. In the wrong file. Yeah, I think there was a point where it was used, but perhaps not now. But yeah, we can just get the current working directory and then print it out, basically. It might not take too long at all. So, should be defined already, because I believe that we have this included. So, get current working directory. And what is it returning? So how does it work exactly? So the buffer and the size, but it returns that. So how does that work? Return a pointer to a string containing the path name of the current working directory. Same value as buff. Right, so what is get current dir name? That's different. Right, so this is depreciated, so we don't want to use that, right? So it's the same as buff, but it returns null if it is wrong. Okay, so we need to create a buff. So I think there's a macro, actually, path max. So I think we can use that, right? So we can define a buffer. So this will be the path, right? So this will be path max, and we're zero initializing, and then we can pass that here, I think, right? And then also the size. What is it? That's the size of the buffer, right? So let's say here, which is of length size. Yeah, yeah. So we can just do that there. And we can just do that, and then if well, we can just check if it's null here. Right, so it's kind of nice, right? It's null. Then we'll do an error here. So for now, I'm just exit with 1. And I will do F right. Can you do that actually? I forget how fwrite works. I usually use the printf functions, but right, maybe that's, yeah, I won't do that. I'll just do write printf. I'll use printf for that. Now I'll just do error, and then I'll print out the actual error message later. Otherwise, just want to print the while he's right for that. Can we get the string length? We should do that probably. So it doesn't return the size. So we can just do. We can do it here. Sort of of that. So it should be. Should have the no byte at the end. Path there, and then. Right. It might fail. It might be able to fail, but I actually don't really check it anyway. So reload. I want to run it. Yes, make debug. And so we have some errors there. Range variable path. It should not be unused. Alright, I think I messed something up. Yes, I see. Missing a semicolon there. Why does it say unused though? Right, and you can't do standard out there. We want to use the file name. Standard out file. Which is just one, but for or what is it like? So it can work in the case that it's not, basically. So that is fixed. Where is it? Let me run that again. There we go. Path max undeclared, and then I do print f. This is supposed to be f printf. Path max is undeclared. So where is that defined? Can I see that? No. Path max, let me see. Limits.h. Okay. It is for limits, but that's fine. And that should do it. Okay, W. So should be able to run the debug now, and then type what's the command? Print working directory, yeah. And it does that. We don't have the new line though, so we want that. So we can just write a new line, like how we do there. Where are we at? Maybe I should even make a function for that, like, well, I don't know necessarily that that's helpful. N1. Bam. So we can reload, then print it, and there we go. So it prints the current working directory. So there's some stuff with the flags, which I will look into. Let's see, yeah. So I'm going to print a better error than this, so we can print, it sets error no, right? Set to that. Error no is set, yes. Yeah, so we can do stir error. I think that's how you do that, right? Can I just do that? Well, how do I make it not, how do I make it work? Right, I don't know what I can do necessarily to make it fail, but I think it's fine. Okay, that should work then. If there is an error, it should print that out, and then, well, we don't really have to exit, I suppose. In that case. So that should be okay. Alright, so that's good without the flags yet. So now I will do, reload that, add that, and then implement base of print working directory. Okay, and then yeah, so I'll do time. So basically, you just need to get the time before, execute a command, and then get the time after. I believe that could be fun. Okay, so we do want to execute it in a normal way. So do I want to call it recursively? Right, basically want to change the args to point at the next one. So yeah, I guess that wouldn't be too hard to do, right? So we can get the time. So there is some things, right? So time, it prints out all of these things. I'm just gonna get the absolute time, at least for now. So not that, man. Yeah, man3 time by h. What is it? It's just like time, right? I forget when the outputs. Actually, I think it's a one of those, right? too few arguments at a time. So what is it? It means a timer. Right, I haven't really worked with that before. Time t. So how do we define that? Time. Right. Nullable. Turns the... Okay, so if I just pass null, it'll work, right? Alright, and then, yeah, we just run that with... Why am I doing it in print work direct? That's not gonna work. Okay. 1. Alright. Time. Okay, and then the time should be, yeah, continuously change. So it's the number of seconds, yeah. So actually we need to work with more than that. So how do you do that? Maybe I should have prepared more for this one. How do you get, can you even do that, actually? Yeah, because we want to count in less than a second. So maybe I'll get to that after, actually. I'll do the get opt thing. And then I'll do some research into that. So let's go to Kano utils. Actually, I open it here, right? Yes. Alright, so I just want to get both of these, right? Yeah, so that's the implementation. It's just the header. So let's get it raw. I'll quit out of this. Let me get that and this one. Okay, so we should have both of them, and then I can modify the make file. I think all I have to do is add it to the source files, right? So source out plus equals, and then it is cget opt. .c. Right, that is what it's called. If I make that, it doesn't fail. And if we include it, well, I can include it in this one, right? If I want to. This has ncurse still. I want to include it in there. Would I need it in? I probably wouldn't in the REPL, so we can just include it in here. Like that. Okay. Okay. Okay, and how does it work? I forget how it works. It works the same as the regular get opt, so I can select that. So we pass argc, that's the number of arguments, right? And we don't really have that, so we'll have to count it, I guess. What's limits.h for? Path max for this one. And then for this, right? So it's like the maximum size that a path can be. So we pass this. This is going to be the arguments. And then the opt strings, that is the flags that we have. So which one am I doing this for? So let's say for echo, what are the things for echo? Whoops, not that. Man, echo. Dash n, so we can start with that, right? So we'll do this before. So basically, yeah, and then it returns what it is. Right, I forget exactly how it works, but what get opt. Well, get opt does not equal something, but I don't remember what it is. I think it's 0, something like that. And we pass argc, so that would just be, we can count the args of that, because it's always null terminated, so we can do that. And pass that here, arg size, and then we can also pass the args, as well as the string. So we'll just do n for now, just n. And we want actually to set it to this. So let's do WR is true. So it's gonna return this in that case. But I need to relearn how it works. But I think we can make it a character, even though it returns an integer. And this can be C, and we'll just call it each time. Right. Or we could do it in the condition, but there's some issues with that, so I will not. Switch over C. That's not how you do that. Heap so useful for no. What do you mean? It's of n. New line Well, actually, it's really no new line, but and then otherwise we'll just continue, right? We'll break there, and there we go. So I think that's pretty much it, and that should work, right? We need to implement count R's. Right. So count R's, and it just takes, what are the R's? They're just an array of strings, right? So while right, so it's two of them. So while R is 0, it's not equal null. We don't really have to do that. We can just do while that is not equal null. R is plus equals 1. Right. It's like that, and then we need the count. 0, and then plus, and this can be plus plus, I think, also. I don't think there's any issues with using that on it. Right, and I am modifying this again from there, so that's not good. Let's open that back up, and let's see. So what are the issues? No prototype, right? So count R's. I will just make it static, so that we do not have to do that. That's supposed to be printed. I mean, that it's easy to check for a null pointer. Yeah, but why the heat? The heat makes it, I don't quite understand. Yeah, echo. And then just outputs that. So we do need to exclude that from the output, right? So really we want to sort of shift it when we output them. So how do we do that? Well, we can just do, I guess, trying to think. Because it's malloc and free is dynamic. Yes. True. We don't want to iterate it by that amount. We want to iterate it by just the flags. We just want to skip over the flags. Stack deallocates with a set out. Ooh, okay. So you mean like, right? So you like know what you're like. You can check and just do if it equals null, but when it's a stack allocated thing, it's different. I see. Can you iterate the arms there as well? Right, there is some issue with that, but new line and then it is done. Load. There it gets stuck. Why does it get stuck? Oh, because it's not supposed to be 0, right? Yeah, stack thing. Okay, I see what you're saying now. What does it return when it's done? Turns -1. Okay, so that's when you check for. So otherwise it's going to be stuck forever. Which I guess, well, it's not unsigned. I don't know, that might be an issue. Okay, so that seemed to work. So it does actually, okay, it pushes all to the end. So after that, okay. So we're good actually. So it actually handles all that. That's pretty cool. That is a W. So we want to just set new line equal to false. And then that should work for how it's supposed to be. So echo. Yeah, it did not print a new line. It does mess up the cursor. Well, actually, maybe it doesn't with this one, I suppose. So why did it do that? What? Why is it broken? Just said it because I saw you were checking for null pointer a lot. Yes. You do have to do that in C. Check that a lot every time you allocate and anything like that. What is happening? What is the deal? Go. See, that time it works. It seems to be random. Ideally, but number does. True. I often forget. But you know, if you run out of memory, like, just don't. Just buy more RAM. Okay, I'm a little confused. Why does it do that? Print F. I keep forgetting that. I've been doing so much Python recently. Well, there is no new item. See, it doesn't always do it though. That is confusing to me. And if I call that a word, so the initial one. So I think I am passing something incorrectly or something like that. Python influence, true. Not a big fan of Python, to be honest. It's not great. I mean, it's, you know, nice to program in or whatever sometimes. And then other times, like debugging. I guess you can use certain things to make it better, to make it statically typed and such. Am I doing something wrong here? Talk about what has been assigned to you on freelance. It's just Python stuff. It's like parsing. I won't go into it too much. Who's the people? Okay, so that doesn't always work. Why? Why does it not always work? It doesn't iterate it each time. Parse size. What is it? You want parsers? Yes. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying it's what the people want. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It is 3. Still 3. So then, what the heck? Print F. You don't want a parser stand? You're not a big fan of parsers? Not that, but rather, well, maybe I'll put in as an integer again. 110. That is, well, yeah, I suppose so. And there's nothing. Am I doing something wrong here? I'll soon try Upwork, but you need a good profile. Links and all. True. Yeah, let me know how that goes, like in Russia, how it compares. I'll look at Maze soon as well. Once I get the get odd working. I'm a little confused as to why it doesn't work. So let's go to an implementation, yes? Which one did I do here that I used it for? LS? I think I did remove. Or did I do remove dir? I guess this one, yes. 6 months. It was that long ago we were working on Kano Utils? What the heck? People might like a YouTube channel, perhaps. I think it depends. How are you looking actually? Rust without Rust. How many subscribers? How many subscribers? 1.5 thousand. That's a W. Yeah, last video got 1K views. That's not too bad. Not as much as the previous ones though. It got to 32,000 on the quad trees. What the heck? You link your Twitch for people to. It depends on the job. Got 32,000 views. That's a ton. Blazing with. I'm not the top comment. That sucks. Cringe. Alright. Where is the what do we call get off? Would you use the long one here though? But I feel like it has something to do with, well, I don't know. Noah music saves? True. W, Noah. What if I make this, well, I don't know. Yeah, what if I make it integer? Right, and I think you still check it like that, so that should be fine. Yeah, then it doesn't work. Why does it do this? Print it here. Negative. So why is it negative? Something to do with static things in here. So what if I use the regular get up just for testing purposes? I'll make this out and include Okay, dot h. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't work with that either. So that, well, actually, I want to make sure it's not using this one, so I will get rid of this as well. Okay. Is it calling the other echo? That might be it. Do people take you well considering you haven't been on the platform for that long? It's a lot harder, yeah, for sure. What the heck? Yeah, it's hard to get started, but once you get a couple of views, yeah, people would only trust veterans. Yeah. Mm, I've gotten like a longer term contract, so that is good, you know. So it'll be several months. Yeah, so it does that regardless. Like I know it's not really supposed to be used continuously like that. So is there a way to sort of like reset that? Well, I don't know actually. Could be an issue. Do I have to handle it myself? Because I really don't want to. Can I modify? Does it use global variables? I forget. Right, I need to remember how it works. I remember there was a static one that gets implemented. So that could be an issue. Core opt. I don't remember how it works. It was a long time ago. Well, 6 months ago. Ultimate goal is a traditional programming job with a monthly salary. True. We all work on the same project and get money from a boss. Yes. Mm, I like the idea of self-employment. Like, not necessarily, like, I don't know exactly. Not like freelance, but like maybe a small company. Something like that. I don't know for sure. Opt-in. This has even better to find an oligarch and make scripts for him. Don't have relations with any. Bruh. What is Rick? So can I do something else? What if I set opt-in equal to 1? Opt is there, and then what is initialize here? Corrupt. Yeah, we can't set that because it's a global variable. So that will not work. Wait, what the heck? Why is there two stam? What? I'm confused. What is the one that had? I'm confused. Okay. also lean towards that traditional job because an employer can potentially pay for basic immigration needs, right? Cover business trips, so many bonuses. Yeah, for sure. I get that. So perhaps, is there perhaps something? Let's see. Octine, work at the beginning, but test code against that. Right, so it might not work. But I do set it there, and it still doesn't work. Kind of suck up to rich people, bro. That's it up. Rich people are cool sometimes. Sometimes not. You know, gotta say that. Opt equals 0. Opt eind. But that doesn't work. Okay. What if I do that on the regular get on? And rich people are just opportunities. They are people also, right? Usually. You don't have to link to anything special, right? Like, it's hard to tell if this is using that. How do you can do like bits, right? Is there's end curses? I don't know, where is the get on? Let's see, what is this about? Invalid option. So it's not setting it back to 0. So just resetting that doesn't work. Right here. Also bonuses if one has kids from a traditional job. Yeah. And for me, like, not really relevant to you, but in the United States, usually like full-time jobs will pay for insurance and things like that. Healthcare, that kind of thing. Health insurance, whatever. That you wouldn't get from, like, in certain other countries, it's free, right? Show 2 stamps, by the way. What is 2 stamps? What do you mean? Why is there 2? One has VIP and one does not. Is that echo? That. I cannot reset. This is for batch though. Look here, look. C1 has, I don't know if you can see it up there, but there was, where is it at? Right here, this one, there's one message, said RIP, and there's no VIP tag. But it's the same account, right? I can open it up, and it's the same. So what is that about? Why have you done this? Scanned VIP, true. Right, I get that, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I need to reset that one as well. Wait. Okay, let's see. Can I reset opt? No, it doesn't work. Okay. Traditional jobs have trade-offs too. You don't decide when to spend your vacation. True. Yeah, and like less flexible schedule overall, things like that. Duller life. Well, that depends. Yeah, I don't know. Um, I think we might be cooked. Why is everything light mode? Just more stable. Yeah, okay, maybe no get opt, and I'll do it myself. We'll do it live. Let's see. So no more of that. So it's gonna have to be different, I suppose. For now, I'll just loop over the flags, and then I will implement something more like get opt, where you can do stacked flags, right? So we'll do 4 equals 1. Right, so you want to start at the first argument. We need to check that the arguments are at least right. Yeah, I guess we can't really check that, can we? Right, so it's the same loop as this one. We want to first check the flags. Maze when you reach a logical end. Yes. Then you have to check it in here, right? So just if the current one starts with a dash, we'll treat it as a flag instead. So we'll just do if I0 equals a dash. Then we just look at the next one. Right, so I1 equals, we'll switch over it. Right, so for now it'll just be 1, but then I will expand it, I'll loop over it and treat it like get opt. Case of n 1 equals false. Right. Recta. Case of e. Right, so I don't know how you escape those necessarily. Well, I guess you could use quotes, right? Can you think of an algorithm for a maze without looking into Wikipedia? What was that one? There's like a star algorithm, right? So I said it now. So let me look. Is that what it's called? A star, something like that. Graph traversal. Okay, I guess that's not exactly the same, but you can use it in mazes, right? Kind of screwed up. What do you mean? Really difficult, yeah? Well, that's fine, right? This is not new line. It's escapes. That's not how you spell. And escapes. There we go. It's true. And then default, we would just error. Actually, you can just write, I guess. Okay, write to standard error file. Really difficult for solving mazes, yeah. Right, so after I write this, then I will look at maze. I guess I'll use printf because that'll be unknown flag, and then I will just put the character there. And break. Okay. Then else we'll do all this. Well, actually, can we, at the end of that, just continue? I think that should work, so we don't print it, right? Why no Kano instead of Vim? This is Kano. I am using Kano. Proof. Flip. Proof. There we go. Kano. Skull emoji. True. Arc size unused. What the heck? Unused. Oh, indistinct. Yes, it is just a clone of clone for sure. Count args is unused now. Get rid of that. Alright, now we should be cooking. Bam. Alright. DFS recursive approach, really clean and simple for maze. Is that what you use in maze? Okay, there we go. Yes, you can't do it like that. It just ignores the second one. But that seems to work. And I should be able to do n-e. Maybe not. That is interesting. So why would it do that? Literally 5 lines, really. Okay. I'll look at it in just a second. This is supposed to be 1. Right, so why can't you do that? Oh, right. Well, I don't know why it indents weird. It puts some sort of space. Oh, shoot. Actually, that's because of this. So I think that can just be if j. What is it? J plus 1. It's not equal that. Then we'll do that. Supposed to be like that, and there we go. Something like that I think will work, right? Is that not right? J and equator. We're not in the loop. No, we are not. Okay. Right. So we want to do I, just I. Or is I plus 1 does not equal null? There we go. Okay, yeah. So now that's W. So you can do it like that, you just can't have them on the same level. But that's okay. That's okay for now. So I'll maybe commit that even. Add flag, split 4, echo, and data add 1. There's that, and let's take a look at maze. So, it's been compiling since I started the stream, so it's about halfway done now. CD maze. Let's take a look. So, let's see, where's the command? Cargo run. Yep. W rust love cargo. Doesn't work. Command doesn't work. Yeah, but there's specific stuff. But what is this? Did you mean maze? Is that what it's supposed to be? That's what I'm using. It doesn't work. Is it maze slash mode? I don't know what that means. Is it this? Is that wrong? Oh, wait, so it's supposed to be either. Okay. I think I see what you're saying now. So I don't know which one to use. Probably the first one. Okay, well, I didn't understand that from the... It's fine now. I'm assuming it did the first one, though, so mode 1. Almost done. W. Okay, what's going on? Oh, shoot. Okay, W. Yeah, the maze is continuously... Alright, this is very cool. It's not quite the right size for the screen, but... Alright, let me, wait out of this. Alright, features... Maze 1 or features maze 2. Okay. I can do that. Notice how I adjust the wall width to screen ratio. At the bottom, it's a little messed up. Wait. So I resize me. Can I do that? Doesn't let me. Put it right there. Just one feature. Okay. I don't know how that works. Mode 2. Let's look at that one. Alright. So what is the difference here? Like it's a different algorithm or what? That is very cool. Looks cool. Without maze. But it doesn't work without that. Oh, it does. Interesting. Alright, let's take a look at how it works. So, source. I'm gonna use Vim because there's no highlight. In Kano. So, how many lines? 486. So, is that the whole thing? Yeah, okay, looks like it. Looks to be so. So, macro by W, prelude. Recursion limit 256. Alright, so yeah, it uses different random. Okay. Default cells area, okay. Wall change chance. Cell columns. Lazy lock. What is a lazy lock? Lazy lock, is that from here? No. Oh, right here. Sync. Sync lazy lock. Okay, interesting. Lazy lock. What the heck? Why? Lazy lock. What is that? Thread safe lazy cell and can be used in static. Since initialization may be called for multiple threads, any new reference. Alright, so it's like a threading thing, right? Initialized on first access. Interesting. Okay. W. POW F. Let's look at that. Was it not defined here? I'm confused. Oh, you mean this formula that uses POW F? Okay. I thought you were saying you implemented that. All with cons. Okay, W. The formula. Yeah. Okay. I see. Click cell. Right. So like a 2D array. Change cell rows and the walls will adjust. Okay. Cell rows. I should open this in Tmux and I can go. What is it? It's mode 1, yeah. Use any mode. Oh yes, I see. W? It's kind of okay. I want to make it really small. Make it like 3. First one adds and wall and then deletes one. The second one, the other way around. Okay. Yes, it's very good like this. I like it like this. It looks like Pac-Man. Set it to 180, it'll also be fitting. Alright, let's take a look at that. 180. I'm glad Rust compiles so fast. What the heck? Alright, this is very cool. It's like a river. However, it isn't a good adjustment. Rust, yeah, imagine using Rust. in 2024 when Safe C++ is coming out. Except it's just a proposal, but we don't talk about that. Check it out. Now it's gone. Hang on, it's not in dark mode. 1 second. Bam. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, read it. It's like electricity. True. Looks like a circuit board. Check it out. Safe C. It's just gonna be Rust, but C++. So who needs Rust? You know? Who needs Rust? Imagine. Memory safety. Yes. This is quite a W. Let's take a look at. So I'm gonna change it. It was like 30 or something like that. Originally. So mode 1. Okay, I see. So this is like it's like if you were using C, it's like you define something and then if is defined. It's like it's different, right? Like an if statement, but for like if defined. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like a macro. Feature thing is all needed for conditional compilation. Yeah, I see. Builds the maze W. How do you recover physical RAM corruption without ECC, and yet we strive for leakage prevention? What do you mean? What is ECC? That's the whole build diagram. Alright, build. Alright, set. So this sets visited equal to true. Alright, at the bottom side, is that what it is? And then let mutable neighbors, so get the neighbors, shuffle. For neighbor in neighbors, if it is visited, then continue. Alright, so it skips over. Okay. Left hand side wall and right hand side wall. Right, so that's interesting. You set both of them to that. Equal. And then cells dot walls. I need to look at what cells are again. Just breaking the wall in between the two. Okay. Self that dot walls false. Build. So then it calls it again, right? Yes, double. Very, very interesting. That's the whole algorithm. Generates a perfect maze. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Let's see. Linux. Set full screen. Sleep. W. Love that you have to do that. Wait, there's keys. I wasn't using those. Hang on. I was using the mouse. Linux thing is a workaround. Yes, I remember. I remember talking about it with you before. With your evolution project. Ooh, okay. I didn't realize it was like that. That's pretty cool. You can control the AI. You should make Pac-Man, but it changes. The maze changes. You know. Be an S, and it'll do it eventually. Just doing that, and it gets there eventually. Oh, you mean because it changes? That's a double. Bruh. Space. Oh shoot, I didn't press space. Oh, so that forces it to change. Okay. Ooh. Makes it a lot faster. Can do that too. That makes it pretty fast. Okay, that's cool. Mouse button, right, so that just goes where it clicks. W walkthrough, true. Fast drawing, okay, draw a circle. That is quite a cool project. Did I start it already? I should have. Where is it? I am lost. Wait, did I close it? Oh, it's over here. Bam, it is started, yes. I'll put the link in the shop, and I will link it in the description also. So yeah, it would be way cooler if it was not written in Rust though, not gonna lie. Are you making a video on this? Does it go out this Sunday? There are questions we all need to know. Yes, W, 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 yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. So it is. So you're saying yes? Is this gonna be your biggest video yet? 300,000 views? I shouldn't close it because I'm gonna forget. I'll open it over there. Most likely yes, double. Okay, so this could be a function. Right, and then I can just modify the function to make it better. So if we pass args, let's pass args I, so we just need the string, right? We don't need anything else. And then yeah, the string of characters that we are looking for. Right. Need a long one for watch hours. True. How many watch hours are you at now? 1K W. So we need 4,000. I think is it at 2,000 when you get like memberships or whatever? I don't remember. Never make anything in C after that quad trees thing. That sounds like an L. Handle flags. Let's see how that's gonna work. So will it return? It will return. Yes, we need to know what flag to set. Right, so that is where the complication arises. So what if we return the string that contains that? 3K for memberships and 4K for monetization. Okay. Yeah, the memberships are not really very much. I have never gotten one, so. But I do also, if I streamed on YouTube, maybe it would be different. It says you need 3K. Okay. Oh, you only need, alright, you need 3,000 more. Yeah. So what else could we return here just to make it easier so I don't have to call it continuously? Could return a string. Just build a new string. That could work. People on Reddit say it's only for monetization. What do you mean? What is only? Flags, flag, that. Right. I'm just thinking that could be a way of doing that. Expected to get memberships because YouTube is your target platform. Perhaps. Maybe. Maybe if you push for it, you say, like, become a member, please. Even though they're changing it to, like, subscriptions or something, I noticed that it was renamed. Like, the button that you say join, and now it says subscribe. So now there's the subscribe button, and then there's the subscribe button. So that's pretty cool. Studio says that reaching 3K view hours allows me to get monetized, but people on Reddit say it's just for monetization. How is monetize different from monetization? But you need 3,000 more, right? That's what it says. Send me a screenshot of what you're talking about. Just for memberships, I see. Send me a screenshot of your, just of that, right? The thing that you're talking about. And I can tell you. I won't show it on the stream if you don't want me to, or whatever, but. Flag case N. Through break. And yeah, so we will, well, actually, we'll do the default. And unrecognized flag. Let's actually, instead of error, we'll do recognize flag. Do a dash. Bam. Look at that. People on Reddit. I don't trust Redditors. Why do you need to create shell and sea? You can just go to the beach and pick one up. That's a good point. That is a good point. Here, I will look at that. You know, I hadn't really thought of that before. I don't live near a beach, though. They might have one at a lake, I suppose. Send me a screenshot of what it says above this, because there's the thing above that which says what it's for. Right, because this, yeah. So you have 1,400 watch hours. That's pretty good. Because if you scroll down more, at least how it was for me, there was one that said that. Right. Like the text above it says, this is for monetization, and then you scroll down and there's one for memberships. Or actually, it's the other way around. Bang. Okay, handle flags. We just need that. So this takes cards and also flags. So this will be the return flags equals. I don't want to do that, right? Because I will have to allocate it probably. But I don't know that I want to exactly. So I will wait, but I will iterate over is less than, well, flags I is not equal that. Sent. Alright, let's take a look. So yeah, so the bottom one is for monetization and the one above that is for yes, the bottom one is for ads, the one above it is for memberships. Right, actually this is a single one. So we have that. And the args, I want to pass. I'm trying to think. Membership's already good. True. Yeah, I think it's gonna be two of them. But actually, which order do I want to do it? Right. So this, it's just short string, so it doesn't take that long. Do you want to have them yourself? I don't care about memberships really. I don't know. I don't really know what things to do. Like for rewards and stuff. Like on Twitch, there's a few emotes, and that's pretty much it. I don't know. Because I don't have like a special GitHub repo or something like that. I closed Discord now. It's actually maybe not good. Now I'm just going to do this. I just want to print it out. So print F. So where are the issues? Let's see. This needs to be static. First of all, rock is all everyone pays for. True. The rock kind of goaded. Const. Yes, this needs to be const, because that's what it's going to be. Where's that at? 124. Saying flag is that. Actually, not exactly. Yeah, this isn't quite right. Hang on. I want to do a flag is flag. Actually, it's not going to be an unrecognized one, so we don't really need that. It's only new what you pass. I think YouTube memberships are just if someone wants to express financial support. Somebody uses email. Well, I think if they live stream on there, it's different, right? I've been thinking about doing that, doing live streaming on both platforms, but I don't know how it would work. Now I can't tell what that is. No return statement. Oh yes, that is important to return. Anyway, let alone bonus ones. In the comments, I see a YouTube original emote once a year. True. The reference of no. Okay, so that doesn't work. Debug. So do that. And it prints out N. If I do that, it does N. And it doesn't add anything else. Yes, alright, double. That's all we get. So we can sort of retrieve the flags. In a way. Emotes on Twitch are a whole new shit. True. It is a lot different. It's different culture. I think YouTube streaming sort of is there, but there's not really a lot of people that stream on there, you know? And the ones that do usually also stream on Twitch. Yeah, like usually you go to YouTube for videos. So I'll set the result. I don't want to do that because I could use DA append. Then I have to make a whole thing. YouTube streams are usually are watched by more people and are either for politicians or older people. True. That is a true assessment. Give it time. Result size. And mem copy. Well, straight copy. Result A. One result of result size. Like, that's kind of a weird way of doing it, but it's supposed to be like that. There we go. Alright, and it fails. Let's see what that is. Imagine if Twitch got videos as a feature. I don't know that, like, it still won't be able to compete with YouTube, right? It's kind of confusing that they don't, though. Like, they never even tried. All they care about is streaming, which makes sense in a way. Could be no. So I need to check that. So if it's result A is no, then I want to return no. Twitch Shorts? Wait, they have Twitch Shorts, really? But the VODs are only limited, like, no matter what, right? Or do partners get longer VODs? I didn't know there was shorts. Where is that at? That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. I don't know where you find them. I don't know. I don't really watch a lot of Twitch except for Zoe, to be honest. Overread. Alright, why is it overread? Because we don't set it. We want to set it, yes. We want to allocate one extra. Set it to a null byte. Bang. What's that Canadian guy I talked about? That Vickers guy and West guy. And you. Who's the West guy? Leak of that, yeah. So we need to return that. I like how it warns the leak though. That is a double. So let's just free at the end. Because we don't need it after that, so. Alright, double. So we made it. We made it. Fine, okay. If I switch it around, it still works. Alright, W. Oh, that French guy, okay. This guy is the Bedwars guy. Oh, Bedwars and West guy. I didn't see that. Not see what you meant by that. Alright, so it doesn't output like invalid flag. So I do want to do that. Right. I think this is an alright way of doing it. I will think of better ways, but for now it's what I have. Something better than a string that gets allocated and then we have to deallocate it and things like that. Not a fan, exactly. Alright, else, let's start at 1 here. I will just unrecognized flag. Args J, right? So we skip over the first one, right? And that does not work. Okay, W. Oh yeah, because sometimes it's still not gonna equal it, so that's not quite gonna work. Canadian guy the most because he streams for 10 hours. Bro. Yeah, that makes sense. I should start doing 10-hour streams every day. That'd be cool. Yes, that's not gonna work. So I'll think of a different way to handle that later. The invalid flags, but for now that works. So there is a way now to handle flags to an extent. That equals null. Continue. Just do if it's not equal null. Then do this. Right. And we'll free it at the end as well. Yeah, we'll just do that. That makes sense. Put it here. There we go. Bang. Forgot to mention he watched Theo. Well, I'm going to watch a Theo video soon. Before I go. Let's see. Yeah, so that is a way of doing that. I'll think perhaps of a better way. We also can separate it, right? So that should work. If I do echo, let's reload. And that works. W. Okay. And then, yeah, second one kind of does that. Head Twitch for Theo as well. Oh yeah, true. Obviously. And then I also watch every YouTube video. I do follow him on Twitch. Let's see, Theo. He's not live right now, right? No. Prime Majin is live. Milky. TJ. Let's see, Theo. When was the last time he was live? I was obviously watching, but I just don't remember when it was. Where is he? Where is he? See, ask that better guy to recommend me Rust channels. He doesn't know who I am. How many followers does he have? Theo. Wait, am I not though? I'm not following Theo. No, I am. Okay, W. I'm subscribed. I tier 5 subscription. There is shorts on here. What the heck is this? Clip? Oh, these are clips. Okay, that's different. That's a little bit different. You don't know, bruh. When was the last live? Let's see. Next stream is there. When was the last one? Doesn't tell me. I don't know how to tell. Videos. Is there the VOD? There is. Okay, 3 days ago. Who was live 3 days ago? Yeah, WordPress thing. 5 people in the first seconds of the stream. Well, if you stream at the same time consistently and like all that stuff, I could see that. Even if you had a smaller following. Right. So what's that? Yeah, so now that handles it better. Okay, I think that's pretty good. See, I'll probably watch, do a Theo reaction, and then I gotta go. Theo promises to stream every Wednesday. Yes, that's what it said. Next Wednesday is this. So is it only on Wednesday? Well, the other one was not, but that was a special occasion. All right, I'll commit this, and then I'll probably work on this part off stream, sort of the flags, perhaps a different way of handling it. And then I can add that to all the other ones that need flags as well. So that's a double. Flags in Echo. Or, yeah, I suppose you could say something like that. Yeah. There we go. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious videos, true. Wonderful, perfect, incredible, unbelievable, glorious videos. See, Stan watches a lot of Theo, I can see. Let's see here. Going to open this video up. Turn on that. Let's see. Bam, 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 bam. That's not right. Bam, bam. Theo video.
Turns out there's a lot of opinions on how to type your function.
Stan
Turns out there's a lot of opinions on how to type your function.
React Next.js nerd dev. Let's close some of the stuff here that doesn't need to be open. So, close that. Let's see. Theo. Yeah, so I'm changing the stream. So I'm going to a different thing. I'm done with the program. So now we're going to Theo reaction stream. Done. There we go. That video might be controversial. I don't know. I can't see it. Hang on, let me see how many dislikes it has. And then I will bring it over. I'm sorry, Prime.
Turns out there's a
mean to the Prime. 200 dislikes. That doesn't seem like that many. 2.5 thousand, like, so like 90% like rate. And that's a little, but you know. Why does it keep doing this? Now I can't fix it. We're cooked. Okay, there we go. Let's see. W Theo. Let's look at the comments first, and then we'll get into the video. So, best stop frame. True. It is actually the first frame of the video, so. Lying because you're mistaking TypeScript structural types with nominal types from other languages. In your user type example, you need to learn to read TypeScript types. You need to learn to read TypeScript types as contracts about minimal functionality, not a maximum bound. It means this type has at least a username and an email, but it could have more. It allows TypeScript code to be much more composable if you embrace the structural typing instead of borrowing nominal typing ideas for other languages. I don't know what that means, to be honest. Just explicitly return any, and then you'll never have to deal with losing true. True, I know vaguely what that means. Like, you set the type to any, right? Something like that. I never use TypeScript. Alright, let's watch the video. Be careful with return types in TypeScript.
Turns out there's a lot of opinions on how to type your
Why did I get more viewers from doing Theo reaction stream?
function in TypeScript. It turns out a lot of those opinions are wrong.
Hang on. Volume, is it loud enough? I don't think it's loud enough.
This has been fun, but it's time to end it.
Alright, that should be good.
Turns out there's a lot of opinions on how to type your functions in TypeScript. It turns out a lot of those opinions are wrong. This convo's been fun, but it's time to end it. Let's talk about why you should
It's too fast. I watch videos fast.
avoid return types when you're able to.
Avoid
In this
return
example,
types.
we have a result type. The result is the thing we get back from this function. A result has a status, which is either okay or error, and it has a value or an error if the status is error. In this contrived inferred example,
This makes sense to me.
we're not passing a return type, which means this type isn't being used. And the
This is a horrible video for a new reactor. I never used TypeScript, so.
result is that the type that we get back has a value that is either string or undefined. Even if we check and confirm status is okay, What we're getting back here is this weird tuple of status string value string error undefined or status string error error value undefined. And that's not a great representation of the types going.
Even after you check it, why does it not recognize that it's not that? I'm confused. Seems to have dynamic return types. Yeah, that's interesting. I should do
On here.
I should start doing some TypeScript. That'd be kind of cool. Do some TypeScript streams. Make something in there. What could I make? Something not too big, but like just to learn it. To learn what all the type stuff is about.
If we give this a strict,
I know a little bit of JavaScript, so I get some of that stuff. But the TypeScript specific, like, I don't know if any of you saw this, but there was. Let me see if I can find it. It had to do with a type, right? So types written, but it was written by AI. And it was this funny thing, right? It was going around. They were like, you might not like it, but this is peak code or something like that, right? Like, even I couldn't write this, is what the person said. Let me see if I can find it, because there was a funny post about it. I think it was on Twitter. I mean, X. I mean, it's to drop backward compatibility in JS. So is that's why it is, because of that? But I feel like it wouldn't, I don't know, it's almost popular enough at this point to be able to do that, right? But I can't find the thing I was talking about. Right. But yeah, it was like a really complex type that was written in TypeScript, but it was written by AI, right? And the person said they don't have any idea what's going on with it, but that's good, right?
Type by putting a type definition at the end of the function def, like I have here. Then we'll see with this contrived example, we now know confidently that value is string after confirming the status is okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
This seems like a pretty obvious, compelling example of when you would want to use return types, right? Told you we could do better. Because I think we can. This next example is using as const, because in this example, there is a set of values.
But it's not actually const, right? If I remember correctly.
That are and aren't valid. And as const basically tells TypeScript, don't treat the things in here as strings, treat them as constants. You'll notice we get something even more strict that's interesting. We get back yay.
Why to get the exact value, I see.
Why are we getting back yay here? Well, the only two things this can actually return are status okay value yay or status error error error. Because of that, the true type of this function is status okay value yay or status error error new error. And when you use as
that was status error okay
const with inference without the
TypeScript is weird, man.
Type definition, you're guaranteed the correct result, like the exact correct result, the actual truth of what's being done and being returned. Funny enough, if you add back the return type on here, it actually overrides the truth with a more vague result. And you'll see
const result. Okay. Can you make the return type? Well, you can't do that.
Here and space this far enough.
So how do you make the return type the same, right, as what it would return there? There's no way to do that.
That the result now is that value is string, even though we know value is yay, because the as const gets overridden by the thing you put here. Y'all know anything about me? You know I love diagrams, so obviously I was going to throw this in a
diagrams. Light mode diagram. Thank you for that. Flashback. Thank you.
I have a key here with the 4 things that will be visible in any given piece. I drew a circle, which is all the potential types we could reasonably think result might be. It's our goal as developers to narrow that type definition down.
Diagrams, yes. Very nice circle, I'm not gonna lie. And there's a smaller circle in the circle.
To its very
Excalibur. Why is it light though? I see this is light. You can set it to dark mode though. Why not do that? Pretty good.
Very core of the truth. So in this diagram, I have the potential as a black circle on the outside, and I have the truth as this little green circle on the inside. We're trying to figure out how these different solutions relate to the truth.
Right.
If we take the same code,
these MacBoy, they prefer light. Yeah, but oh man.
The result of values type.
I swear I've seen dark mode, like diagrams in his videos before.
Is yay. The raw inference does not give us yay.
That's a good point.
It doesn't even give us string. It gives us string or undefined, which means the types that it could potentially be are large. Return types narrow it slightly, as we see here, because return type knows it has to be a string.
Right. This makes
So in
sense.
this case, the type
This
is
is very helpful.
more narrowed. It's closer to the truth. And then we have in the center here const a, because if you
can
as
only
const
have the
these with const inference, the result is the exact truth, the exact thing that we're getting back here, guaranteed. Thankfully,
Guaranteed.
in this example, all of the different options contain the truth, which means we're bickering over the scope of what exists outside of the truth here. And I understand, I can totally see why people would not want this area to exist. And if they could avoid it, would choose to. But what if I told you it wasn't that simple?
It's
What
not
if
that simple.
I told you return types can lie? I think lies are the root of all
What's the point if they're not accurate? If they can lie, why do they exist? I mean, I know it's not real types, but like,
evil in type systems. I prefer vagueness to not telling the truth. And with inference, you can't lie. With return types, it's trivial to lie, and it's even pretty easy to accidentally let lies slip through code review. The first example I have here comes credit Julius, one of the lead maintainers and creators of Create T3 app. Julius made an example
Create
that's
T3 app, that's his app. Right? That's what the T3.gg is.
comes close to my heart because I've made mistakes like this before, where you have a user type that has a username and email, and notably it doesn't have a password because this is meant to be the user that we return to a user when they make a request on our application.
true.
However, if we have a function get user that returns
extra
things that
field.
it shouldn't, like in this case, a password, this
No idea what it is. I think it's like for creating JavaScript apps, right? Like you do create T3 app and then it generates it with the current stack, something like that. Yeah, and it like generates it like this, stuff like that. I don't know. Next.js, TypeScript, that I should try it out sometime. You know, as a truthy of fanboy. Is it for JS apps? Well,
this
TypeScript,
type
right?
is not representative of what this function returns. And if we don't give this function a type and we call it and we get the response, we see the inferred responses, or we see that the type that we get back is correct. It's username, email, and password. It knows that we have the password here because we returned it. So obviously that's going to appear in the typed result.
That makes sense.
Sadly, it's very easy for strict typed returns to override that result. So in this case, with getUserStrict, we have a return type of user, which only has a username and an email. So even though we are returning something with a password that we would want to see in our types definition, it's not there anymore. By
It
putting
doesn't
this,
check that? It doesn't check that it matches up the return field. The value they returning, it doesn't check against the type. When it's a struct like that, or a class or whatever.
this type here, we have overridden the type of this, or we have overridden the type such that password magically vanishes in TypeScript land, even though it's still there. That's a lie. This is an incorrect type definition. If we take a look at the diagram for this, it should highlight where the lies are happening. So we again have our black circle and the truth within it. The type of user.password, when we call user, is very different depending on which of these solutions we use to type it. The truth of what user.password is here is pass, because that is what
Diction is good though. That's a funny sentence.
we're getting back when we call user.password. If we use raw inference, we're going to get back a string, which is fine. It lets us know that we have a string there when we don't intend to, and that the return or the response of getUser has a password in it. So it's still correct. It just has more vagueness around what the type is because it's a generic string, not the specific string. Totally fine. The return type will actually give you an error here. When you try to touch, check, or interface with user.password, it will error because you've told TypeScript, no, that doesn't exist, even though it does. The return type is now giving you an error on data that actually exists, and you have all of the things.
So it can't prevent you from returning this at all. Like say it's an error to return that when it's different, right? Because it's a different type. So I don't quite understand that. It can't check. Like when you set the return type to that, it can't check that. This world's so different. True. I don't understand. Like, why can't it check? I don't know much about how it works exactly, but my understanding is that you write it and it compiles into actual JavaScript code. So during the compilation stage, can it check to verify that? Well, I guess it might get more complicated if you're not initialized. But when it's initialized like this, it should be able to easily check that this is not the same type as this, right? Like, why can't it check that? Transpil, yeah, whatever. Well, it's still compilation, right? It's just transpile. It doesn't compile to machine code, but it still compiles.
Things to know that data
Just to
exists.
another high level link.
If you as constant, you're going to get passed because that's what the value is here, and it's now been made into a constant. But the harsh reality here is that all of these are the truth except for return types. Because return types here
Triple equal W. What's the quality? It's kind of low. Let's go up. It might lag when I'm streaming.
contain some of the truth, but are also
Love the triple equal W.
missing some of it, they're lying. A lie is when you don't include the truth in your response. And that is what I see here when
Right, so this comment is more relevant now. Yeah, so I think I should reread this after the video. It might make more sense.
you use return types. It becomes much easier to lie. And that's a huge concern to me. We can negotiate and argue all day around the merits of making your type definition closer to the truth, but we also have to acknowledge
Lie is when you don't include a truth in your response. Well, that's lying by omission, really, right? But like, this is a lie, right? That's a real lie. Like saying type of user password and it says user password doesn't exist when it does exist. So that is a lie, right? But the way that he phrased it is more like omission, right?
that return types
big
allow you to move the type further away from the truth and outside of the scope of truth. Very scary.
I
For my
am
final
subscribed, by the way. This is just, it's not my account. I am subscribed on my account.
example, I want to show the code that Primogen gave an example with on stream yesterday, because although it looked good on the stream, we later figured out it's entirely broken and super risky. So much so that Prime even replied earlier today saying, I showed overloading lying, which it does, and TypeScript should get rid of that behavior immediately. Well, TypeScript behaves how TypeScript behaves, and right now, return types enable TypeScript to lie a lot. In this example, we have a type user, which has a role, either user or admin. We call this get user function. I named it get user overrides because this is the one where we're over.
If you use like a real programming language, then none of this is even a problem because you can't do that, you know? Like you use Rust or C or whatever, you can't return something that isn't right. Like you don't have to worry about that. Like obviously, you know, Rust has the error things, like results that you can return, but you know what it is, right? You can't return. It's not in the same way where you can return a fake thing. So that's interesting, you know? This is where we're at.
Writing it. We call it with an ID, and we call it with a role. We then return that role. Ideally, we'd probably return other things.
What is this? What is going on here? Role user. I don't understand what this means. You specify it in there, in the signature, and then you set it. I don't get how this works. Does a return type take up as much as it can if it can be anything? I don't know how that works actually, I guess. Right. Like it's a dynamic language, so that's a thing. I don't know. I should figure out how TypeScript works. Read the source code. Hang on, it's probably on GitHub, right? Because Microsoft TypeScript. I'm not going to read it now, obviously, but I could. It's written in TypeScript. Is it really? Or any variable? Yeah. JS typing. TypeScript. Yeah, I should read through the source code sometime. Learn TypeScript and then read through the
Things
source
here
code.
like permissions and stuff, but the example is meant to be simple where role is user, we get back role user. Role is admin, we get back role admin. The override here is basically telling TypeScript, oh, by the way, if you pass this, you're guaranteed this subset of the type, because get user overrides always returns a user, and both of these are valid users. So what we've effectively said here is if the input matches this type, then the response has to match this type. I don't know how closely you've been looking, but that's not the truth here, because if role is
It's a
user,
lot. Again, a lot.
we're not returning role user, we're actually returning role admin. If you didn't notice that, then you would have failed this in code review, because guess what? The types are lying here. If we look at user override, the response to get user override with
and somehow infers what maximum bits it could take throughout the whole codebase and makes it take up bits. Well, maybe once it gets to a certain size, like the types, they become pointers, and then it just, like, it points to somewhere in memory. Like, it's allocated on the heap, right? Because it's garbage collected, so it just allocates it. Like, obviously, I imagine structs or classes or whatever that have values in it are probably just pointers. Like, always, right? Pointers to somewhere on the heap. So it might be just that. Like, it never goes over that size. I don't know. Because, like, if it just infers that, it could be wrong. I don't know, because I don't know how JavaScript works. Like, with arrays. Are they ever allocated on the stack? So everything's on the heap. I don't know. I feel like they might be. When are things allocated on the script? Like, obviously just regular values, like integers, I'm pretty sure those would be on the stack. But I feel like any objects larger than like 8 bytes is probably on the heap, right? Variables whose size is unknown at compile time, or may, sorry, there's some running water. TS could use the stack somehow if the type is fixed. I don't know. Well, since it's just JavaScript though, like it just transpiles into JavaScript, I don't know that it can, because I don't think there's a way to tell JavaScript which one to use. Variables whose size is unknown at compile time or may vary at the runtime. Right. So they are allocated on the heap. So I feel like this covers like sort of most cases that you're talking about where it'd be a large size. I don't know though exactly.
With user, it thinks the type is role user, but it isn't. We have just used the override here to lie to TypeScript, because we told TypeScript, no, you don't know better about our types. We know better about our types, but we don't here. We were wrong. And a code review,
TypeScript always knows better.
is the only way you're not going to ship this code. However, if you just let inference do its thing, you're going to get a more vague type. Sure, it's not ideal. I understand. But in this case, this more vague type of string or null is the truth. And I personally believe truthy code is more valuable than slightly more narrow type definitions. If we take a look on the diagram here, you'll see why this one's so scary. The truth is role admin. And sadly, even with the consts, we can't narrow it down to here without the possibility of lying. The raw inference would be role string or null, just pretty accurate, totally fine to operate within. The override return type, so if you're using overrides for the return, accurate, totally fine to operate within. The override return type, so if you're using overrides for the return type on this, it's now going to be role:user, which is a lie. If we as const everything, we're going to get back role user or role admin or null, because it knows strictly what these are. It doesn't necessarily know the mapping of when you pass a specific role, which thing comes back. That all said, God.
It's just a lie. That news video from him, let's not talk about it. It's just a lie. True.
Override return types just don't exist within the truth at all in this case. You'd have to actually modify the code to bring these back to the truth, and then all future code modifications have to be cognizant of the fact that this type may not overlap with the truth. And you as a developer have to be very, very proactive to make sure that happens. Or, way easier, just don't give it a type. The vast majority of the time, if you don't type the response of the function, the type you get back is good enough to work with. And on the rare
just go back to JavaScript. Obviously, there's other reasons, but
occasions it isn't, you can as const and move on. You really want this function to have a specific, narrowed down type. You better put a massive comment on it, letting future developers know that it's easy to lie if they aren't careful. Once we get into any, this becomes way more common. But even in these simple use cases where all of the inputs and outputs are strictly typed, return types often lie to you. So be careful. Don't use return types if you don't have to. I don't think they're 100% evil. I think they're closer to like 20%. I just wish we would acknowledge
so much that his voice cracks when he says, because he says TypeScript so often.
Acknowledge that 20% evil and be very, very careful about how we introduce evil into our code bases. Evil. Inference always tells the truth, even if the truth is more vague. Return types can lie to you, and you should be careful.
Subconsciously discards that with truth.
Careful when you use them. As good as I am at TypeScript, I relied on much smarter people to help build this stance and also find all of these examples. So I'm going to let all of them let you know what they think.
Hey, I'm Malta, and I prefer inferred return types.
Of course,
I'm Trash, and I generally prefer inferring my return types.
Hey, I'm Ben, and for strong, intuitive, safe typing, I try to default to inference in TypeScript.
Hi, my name is Josh Goldberg, and I generally prefer inferring return types.
I don't know who that is.
Hey, I'm Dax, and I
Heard of
prefer
that.
inferring return types.
Hi, I'm Maple Leaf, and I prefer inferring return types.
Hey,
This person's an anime character.
I'm Alex, and I almost always infer types.
Hi there, I'm Tanner Lindsley, and a
know
vast
who this
majority
is.
of the time I use inferred return types.
I don't know who these people
Hi, I'm Kent Dons, and although I don't like hard and fast rules, most of the time I infer my return types.
Hi, I'm Matt Pocock.
It's from that. Is it really? 20. It was pretty much over by then, right? Like maybe 2021 or early 22, but late, or I guess early 2023. That's kind of later, right? I don't know who this
I
is.
think you
Well,
should be
actually,
using
I
inferred
do.
return types
That's
by
true. I
default,
have heard of this person.
except when you have a function with multiple branches,
I wasn't listening to what they were saying.
except in library code, and except when you have really niche, weird performance concerns with the TypeScript compiler where a return type solves it. But that's it. By default, use implicit returns.
Hopefully, we can end this
Okay, so I knew like 3 of those people.
conversation once.
All right. A few comments and then I gotta go. Yes, let's see. Keep calling it line because you maintain TypeScript's structural types with nominal types. In user type, you need to learn to read TypeScript as contracts about minimum functionality, not maximum bound. I don't know about that. He showed his. Oh yeah, I remember. Yes, but Theo's still good. I don't know. I think Theo's right about this one. You know, but it's just because of how TypeScript is. Right? Like I think maybe the question that should be asked is why? How did we get here? You know, did things have to be this bad? Yeah, I will. I will do that. Firstly, why is there a link here? What is this? What is it linked to? I'm kind of scared to click it. All right, I'm not gonna watch that. It's another TypeScript video. That's kind of weird, but okay. Yeah, so that one, funny, haha. Just learned Rust already. True. Use a real language like Rust. A language of the future. Bro. Just learned C. www.rust.com. Used to infer my return types out of laziness. Change nothing but feel superior. Yes. Average JavaScript developer. Just use plain JavaScript. True. This is what I said. That's what I said. A language of law. True. Rust is just the best language, objectively, in every way. Chris Competi. All right. Let's look at this, and then I gotta go. Matt Poke. How do you say that? Pocock. Hey, what's in here? React is going to change so much. Where is it? Oh, 8th PR to React. Yes, let's go, W.
I just got my 8th PR merged into React.
That's
Yes,
W.
that React. Let me show you how I did it.
React, not the other React. Yeah. I have to find something else called React so I can. Let's see. Can I find it? Alright, I probably won't be able to find something else. Something else with that. Yes. Okay.
So here's one of my PRs. I have been adding JS comments basically to all of the different functions and types inside React. These were never done for some reason. So basically what you can do is just add a comment above an interface here saying it represents a JSX element. And then you can link to other bits like docs or other types. So where link React node, so this links to the React node type. Then you can describe all of the templates, so all of the things that the types take. So it takes a P and a T here, and it describes what those are. Then you can even add example code here so people understand what it does. Through this process, I've managed to add about 2,000.
You can put example code in the comments? Can you believe it? Remember the song?
3,000.
Am I gonna get copyrighted for the song? Where's the description? How do you see this? Doesn't say what the song is.
1,000 lines to React's types. That just makes everything so much easier to work with because it's all so much more documented. So if anyone tells you you shouldn't do open source or you can't do this, try just adding comments to your favorite library.
Comments, yes. Do that. Spam every repository with comments, useless comments. Do it, please. Please do that.
Honestly, it's an amazing way to get
It's an
started.
amazing way to get started. Go to any, here, let's see. What's a good GitHub? Let's find a good big one. Let's see. I'm gonna find a big one that has a lot of stars. That's not what I want. GitHub doesn't help. Hang on, let me find it. Give me a second. Projects. Can I see? Can I see? There is not. Hang on. It's gonna take a second. What's a big project that would be on there? Like maybe Wayland. Is that on GitHub? That's just the first one I thought of. Seems to not be anything here. What's a popular thing that would be on there? Is that on GitHub? I don't think it is. Let's just go to React. Like React. Relevant to the video. Alright, let's see. Here's React. Maybe actually TypeScript. Just TypeScript itself. Not in Facebook though. TypeScript. Can I find it? TypeScript right here, W. And then you want to go in here. And let's just find any old thing. TypeScript. TypeScript TS. Alright. And just go in here. Add comments to every line. Submit a pull request. It's a great way to get started. Do it now. Go do it. Everyone do it. Spam it. I need to see. Let's get this up to at least 1,000. I'll submit at least 100 myself. Okay, yeah. Easy way to become a programmer. True, true. Because the more comments you write, the better at programming you are. Yeah, I gotta go now. So, close out of that. That's a W. Everyone like this video. Go like it. It's a short video. 200K a year. True. All the best programmers only write comments. Yes. So that's gonna be about it for today. So that was a fun video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.